Hi everyone, Sue Matsuki with another Sue's Muse, and today I have an internationally renowned Broadway star as my muse,
Yeah, that's me.
Jason Graae. Yay! Thank you so much for being here. I'm so
So
happy to
thank you
see
for
you.
asking me. I'm happy to see you too. It's been forever.
So you are coming to our neck of the woods, I hear, and you'll be doing a show on April Fool's Day. Is there any reason why you've chosen April Fool's Day? Because, you are kind of a funny guy, so I'm just wondering.
Some say I'm a bit foolish. Oddly, 54 Below offered me April Fool's Day, so I thought, is this a sign? Is this a judgment? But I'm thrilled. April Fool's Day sounds like the perfect time for me to do a show.
But you said something in your email along the lines of, like, for the promo of it, when I came to you to do this interview, you said something like, I'm going to go so deep you're going to need a flashlight. What do you mean by that?
I hope that didn't sound weird.
No.
I think it.
I took it
My
like,
husband.
okay, he's going to go really deep and we're going to see a different side of him that's non-comedic, or he's being tongue-in-cheek. So that's why I'm asking you.
Well, okay, so yes, we're not excavating really that deep. I am going deeper than I have in many of my other shows. I'm just going back to my roots a little more, talking about my mom and my dad who have incredible history. And so it's been really fun to just kind of delve into the wonder of their past. And,
How does show concept come to you? Do you have a bunch of music that you look at and go, oh, this looks like a show that could be about this, or is it the opposite, or does it work both ways for you?
I love that you're asking me that. I always say to people, I always get the music first. If I've got a bunch of songs that I love, I force feed a show around those songs. Is usually because my shows, except for like I did a Jerry Herman tribute, then of course obviously you got to stick with that material. But for me, I'm really drawn to the material first, and then the show kind of coalesces around it.
It's interesting. I sometimes say that songs pick me. Like, I'll hear a song and I'll be like, and then that can create a whole concept from hearing one song. That's
Yeah,
one way it works for me. I like a theme show, not necessarily the Jerry Herman show or whatever, but I do think composer shows are very lucrative financially because they sell well if you're
yeah.
trying to book them out of town and everything. But I did a show one time called "Pile of Tunes on the Side of the Piano," which were all the tunes that got cut from other shows, and I literally
I
just did a
love it.
show of all these great tunes that I never got to put in a show. So you never know where the inspiration's going to come from.
Yeah, I love that. That's great. The songs from
So
the room floor.
So you have been in, I mean, on Broadway, Grand Night for Singing, Falsetto, Snoopy, Stardust. My favorite title ever is Do Black Patent Leather Shoes Really Reflect Up?
Yeah.
Off Broadway, Forever Plaid, Olympus on My Mind, Hello Mudda, Hello Fada, California. I mean, it's easier to mention the shows you have not been in at this point. What were some of your favorite roles that really were just cherry picked for who you are, your personality and your acting and everything? What were some of your favorite roles?
Uh, well, I have to say, Jakubowski in the Grand Tour. Um, I kept the whole time I did it out here in LA. Jerry Herman produced it and cast the show, and I got to do it here, and then I did it at the York. And the whole time I was doing it, I thought, this is as good as it gets. This is as good a fit for me, and such a great role. There was so much to him. He was funny. He was sarcastic. He was vulnerable. He was loving. I loved it. I just absolutely loved it. The material sat in a great range, so it was just it was a good fit. I liked doing that a lot. The show itself's kind of peculiar around it, but I liked it, of course, because I wanted it to be good. Um, I
Well, if
also,
you're in it, it's got to be good.
yeah, not necessarily,
Not
but
necessarily.
thank you. I appreciate Mendel in falsettos. I replaced on Broadway, and I closed the Broadway company and I closed the national tour. That was one of those as well that I thought this is a good fit.
The
I
music for falsettos is some of my favorite music ever.
uh, it is
So Beautiful. Yeah.
It is. And listening to it now, it sounds as new and fresh as when
Well,
it came out.
unfortunately, it sounds new and fresh with all the stuff that's going on in the world these days, you know. What is a role that you still wish you could play if someone were to call you up tomorrow and you'd say, yes, yes, yes?
Amos in Chicago.
You'd be great as that. Yeah. You'd be great.
I think so.
Yeah.
Walter Bobby, the director who I worked with, said I had too much life in my eyes to play Amos. That's what he told my agent. And I wish that he could have seen the life drain from my eyes when I got that comment. Now, here's Amos.
You should do a little video clip of that and have your agent off camera tell you and just have him watch your face drain of the sparkle in your eye.
Yeah, just disappear.
Can you book me now?
Yeah, that's a really good idea. I might think about that.
I mean, I know who I think you would be typed as. Who famous people who had roles have you been closely typed to?
Well, Joel Grey, the obvious.
That's the obvious, yeah.
Yeah. Short, perky. And I played a lot of his roles. And I played the Wizard, and I played Yakubovsky. So those were two. He was, he originated both of them, and he's always been my hero. I've always loved him.
We just watched a clip of him and Liza, like we watched YouTube videos when we're having dinner in the living room, having pizza or something, and the money, and he's just brilliant. He's just brilliant.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I can
He
see
was,
that.
and back in the day when I grew up in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and we didn't get a lot of the major tours coming through Tulsa, and so we were kind of dependent on movies. And when I was growing up, Cabaret I think came out when I was in junior high, and I mean, I'd never seen anything like him before, playing the MC, and he was magnificent. And so I immediately tapped in going, ooh, I can do that. Mm-hmm. He's singing my song. So I love that.
That's interesting. When did you know that you were a musical theater kid? Did you grow up with music around you? You mentioned your parents. I mean, when was it that you went, you just said, I can do that. But I'm sure it happened before then, yes?
It did. My mother was a dancer in New York. And so, and then she retired from that world to become a housewife. And then she moved to outside Chicago with my dad and had kids and stuff. But she did a lot of community theater. And when I was 4 years old, I saw her final dress rehearsal of Wonderful Town with the Elgin Community Players, I think. And she was the lead dancer, and she did the conga with all the sailors and all that. And that was it. That was the lightning bolt moment at 4. I didn't know that I wanted to do it, but I was so thrilled by it.
You must have been so proud, too. I can imagine how proud you were that that's your mama up there, yeah.
Well, she had star quality, and I knew it at 4. I was like, she's different than all the other gals on that stage. She's got something that makes everybody want to look at her.
Wow.
So, yeah, that was kind of the beginning.
Now, you mentioned The Wizard. I have to say, one of the funniest videos, and I'm going to actually, with your permission, link it below this interview, is when you performed Popular the way you do it for Stephen Schwartz right in front of him. And did you know him? Were you friends? Or was that one of those situations where someone asked you to do it because they saw you do it and it was the first time Stephen was seeing you do it? What was the deal on that?
That's so funny. Oh my God, his face watching me is kind of what makes it really priceless.
It really is.
Because he's like, he laughs sometimes, and then other times he's like, who is this jerk?
He warmed up towards the end, like he was, I don't think he was thinking, who is this jerk? I think he was like, am I really seeing this? It was so funny.
Well, I had done it for his 60th. They had a town hall birthday party at, and they asked Scott Coulter. It was actually Scott's idea for me to sing Popular. Mm-hmm. And I said, Popular? What a weird idea. And then I started putting it together and went, oh no, this is a good idea. And so Stephen was at that. And then they had a birthday party for him in LA for the Actors Fund. And Wicked was going on at the Pantages. So they asked me to come sing it again and to sing it to him. And I was awfully brave back then. What did I know?
It's brilliant. It's brilliant. And I mean, even the little asides with the pianist, I don't know who wrote this. Whoopsie.
That was Georgia Stitt. He was playing the piano.
And just every single joke, you never miss the opportunity to hit a joke, which is amazing. And it's not always but bum. It's very subtle sometimes, and it's just so quirky and authentic and organic. I mean, you're a very organically funny person, in my opinion, and just speaking with you. Speaking of which, we're going to try to organize a master class while Jason is here. So if anyone out there watching this would like to work one-on-one in a master class, specifically on comedic material, but not necessarily specifically. I mean, he's a master of the torch ballad as well. Let me know. Reach out to me off camera, and we'll try to organize that, because I'm going to try to do that while you're here. Now, you're here for your big show. It's a grand night for singing at 54 Below on April Fool's Day, April 1st at 7 o'clock. How did that come to be? Did you reach out to them? Did they reach out to you? You've played 54 before, I'm sure, right?
I have. It's actually called, it's a Graae night for singing.
Oh,
kind of like brocka.
I'm sorry. Wait a minute. I think I have that graphic on there, and did I just look at this?
Isn't that funny?
Miss that? There you go. My bad.
There it is.
There it is. All right. That title just kind of popped into my head when I was getting ready to do something at the Gardenia here, the now defunct. Oh, I love the Gardenia.
Did you play the Gardenia?
I did many years ago. And then I was one of the last ones to play Feinstein's out there too. You're losing all these great clubs, so.
We are. It's the incredible shrinking city, but there are new clubs coming around, so. Yeah. We're hopeful. We're very, very hopeful. We still have Catalina's and Vibrato, which is way too big for me. But
well, that's the thing. They're big rooms, especially if I come in from out of town. That's 100 people. It's a lot of people. Yeah.
But there are a couple new ones one is in the works and something else is going on. So we're hopeful. We're always optimistic that we'll keep this going. But
you were saying about the show, how it started out there. So
yeah, so the Gardenia asked me to come and do some shows, and to me, the Gardenia was always the most nerve-wracking room of them all, because people are just right up your nose, which I like a little space, but the Gardenia was...
And walking in behind you off the stage is like here, and the door to come in is like right here. So.
Oh my God. And the stage, there's a little piece of wood, which is the stage, which I would pick up at the middle of my show going, here's the stage. And anyway.
Dance break.
Dance break. So... Anyway, I just, the title kind of, they said, what are you going to call it? And I said, I don't know, it's a Graae night for singing. I did, it's a grand night for singing in New York. So I thought, a play on the word. So, and I just started putting it together, and I had such a great time. And Jerry Sternbach is my musical director, and he's so game. He's just game, not gamey, but game.
Glad to hear that.
Yeah, no, he's very, very...
Talk to me about collaboration. I mean, I've been with my musical director for 32 years, and it's like a dance partnership. We know if we're going left, we know if we're going right. Is that kind of what you have with him?
Yeah, very much so. Very much so. And he encourages me to, bring out the cheapest tricks that I have, which I enjoy. But he gets my humor, and if something's not funny, he'll just, nope. But the main thing that I love, the thing that I love and I need when I work with somebody is a yes person, just somebody going, let's try it. That's not a bad idea. Let's do it. Then when we try it, you find out it's a bad idea. I'm great with it. But I have to feel like, it's an open, easy place to try anything, and there's no wrong way to do it.
No judgment. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to try. I mean, Ella Fitzgerald used to say that she would improvise live on stage, and a lot of times she'd do what she called a clam note. But all those clam notes got her to the brilliant scatter that she became, because if you're not willing to risk it, granted, I don't want to do it on stage. We do it off stage and prepare, but it's like throwing spaghetti against the wall. If it sticks, it sticks. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
I'm telling you, that's my motto in life. You throw it against the wall. If they laugh, it's funny. And if they don't, it's not. And that's all it is. But you you can't come up with great ideas if you're monitoring yourself before you've even done the idea.
Yeah,
and we all tend to be so tough on ourselves. And, I'm more judgmental on myself than I am on anybody else. And so I'd just like to give myself a break. And I love my musical director to do that too. And I've had some really great collaborators.
Yeah, Faith Prince, one of my favorite women on the planet. You've gotten to work with her. That must have been just so much fun.
It's dreamy. It's dreamy. It's so dreamy. And we come from Faith is digs very deep, much digger than I deep. Digger than I deep. Yeah, much deeper than I dig. Oh my God, I shouldn't have had that second martini.
Verbiage, dyslexia. There you go.
Oh my Lord. Come see me below 54. Wait, what? Faith digs deep. And I learned so much from her. And but she's game for anything. She's just game for anything. She'll try anything, and she's the first to laugh, and she's the first to go, well, that sucked. And we have a show coming up in 2 weeks in Petaluma, California.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
I know.
She's awesome. She's awesome.
Yeah.
She's taught classes at the 92nd Street Y and stuff. Everybody loves her. Just loves her to death.
Yeah,
I just saw her in Boop. I thought she was so good in Boop.
Wasn't she great?
Yeah, she's great in everything.
Yeah,
my first show with her was Guys and Dolls. You can't get better than her at doing Adelaide. So yeah.
I know.
Let me ask you something. In terms of script, you always strike me as just someone who just is delivering pure Jason on stage. Do you actually do a thread of a script? Do you stay on script? Are you such a great actor that it just seems seamlessly like you're just...
That's it.
That's it. That's what it is. He paid me to say that now.
You're the best. I miss you. No, you know what? I do write. I got a roadmap. I have a roadmap, and then you can leave. You can stray from the map, but I do have kind of a basic thread of, you have to have your safety nets. You got to get to those places, and then you can go off on a tangent.
Yeah, I call it getting from A to B to C, my thread, and then you've got to be. I mean, if you're not tied in with the audience and watching their body language and responding to something that they may have said, and you can't do that, then you're not really an authentic cabaret singer. So I love when I see someone go off script, not to the point of a tangent, but to just be who they are, and and you seemingly do that. Your show just seems like it's right off the cuff, the whole thing, which is great.
Thank you. Somebody gave me a backhanded compliment when I was at the Gardenia. First night went really well and really smoothly, and they said afterwards, well, I just really loved your show. And I said, thank you so much. And I said, though, when you're the best is when you screw up. And I went, thank you. But they didn't use the word screw. But they...
When you muck up? Yes, that's what they say.
Muck up.
Muck up.
And I said, thank you, I think. I said, did I not muck up enough for you tonight?
Well, if you want to come see a real Broadway star and a real mensch, you can tell he's just such a great guy. Please join us on April Fool's Day, April 1st at 54 Below at 7 o'clock. I'm going to have a link right below this interview with a direct link to ticket sales. I know that there's different levels of ticket sales, so those of you who are on a budget, get those seats that are right in front of the bar. They're great seats because they're elevated. You can see right over everybody's heads. Highly recommend those. But I can't wait to see you. I can't wait for you to come to New York. Watch for the masterclass link below. I'm going to see if I can organize that. Maybe we can all get together with Jason and have some coffee and learn about comic singing and that kind of thing.
It'd be fun.
It'd be lots of fun. Tell me, what was some of the best advice in closing down the interview? What was some of the best advice a mentor or someone gave to you that could be singing related or just life related?
Oh gosh, I'm gonna say to this has been very resonant for me lately, but to not monitor myself and to not judge myself when I'm working, especially singing. As you get older and things start moving around, I mean, singing's you know, once upon a time it was very easy, but you know, it's changed as things get older, and I tend to watch myself. My ear has improved, and yet now I got to work harder at certain notes and do all that kind of stuff. But as long as I'm connecting to the lyric, if I'm connecting to the lyric, a bum note here and a bum note there is okay. I would much rather see anybody locate the heart of a song and for that song to be personalized to them. Mm-hmm. And whatever comes out is just gravy. But as long as they're connected with it, it doesn't matter. And we're so attuned now of everybody having to sound so perfect and everything so meticulous, and I say, let that go, let it go. We're doing this because we love cabaret, because there's such freedom in this art. Mm-hmm. It's why we were all drawn to it, because, we could break rules and we could.
There's no type. Rules. Yeah.
There's no type.
Yeah.
My God, we don't have a director like doing this at us all the time. We get to do what we want to do and our vision. So keep that freedom. And for God's sake, don't monitor yourself or put a straitjacket on yourself. Let it be.
All right. Words from the wise.
Damn it.
Damn it.
You're the best for having me. I can't think. Mucky, mucka, mucka, muck.
Mucka, 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 muck. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm really happy to spend this time with you. I don't get to sit down and have coffee with you much when you're here because everybody's so busy and everything. But Let's see if we can't get this class going, and we'll see you at Jason's show on April Fool's Day. It won't be foolish. It will be a fabulous show, I guarantee.
A little foolish and hopefully fabulous.
Are you going to do popular?
I won't. That's my
okay, then I'm definitely putting that link down below. You have to see this, people. It's the funniest thing you're ever going to witness. And watch Stephen Schwartz's face.
I think I've gotten a couple requests not to do popular in the last couple of years.
Okay, we're so done with that. All right? Okay, we're done. Funny, but.
Been there. I do. I love it, though. I love it. I can't thank you enough for having me, Sue. It's great to see you.
My pleasure, sweetheart. We'll see you soon.
Okay.
Bye, everyone. Have a great day.